Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. I've got, in this house, I've got 3 bedrooms to do. And this carpet is 2 years old. I was here 2 years ago. They had just put it in, built the house, mostly finished the house. They were actually living in it already for a few weeks. And they had a very nasty tea stain. I think it was actually underneath where the bed was. But I was able to get it out, no problem. This is a Triexta. And Triextas actually do release stains pretty well, so they have that advantage. They're soft like a polyester, but not as soft as a polyester. So they do tend to wear better, but they do release stains pretty readily. Now we've got some doggy upchuck and pee-pee marks. You can see where I treated that one there, and a few others here and there. I've treated them with a suspend with the stabilized ClO2, and there's a bigger one right here. It usually will work. I vacuumed everything and I treated it as I vacuum, which is what I normally do. So there's lots of dwell time. There's a series of little spots over here. Another one right over there. I'm going to go in the closet. This is obviously a very, very white carpet. Nice house, a very high-end house. I'll be doing this room. There's another, look like maybe an upchuck or a pea right there. Jet pre-treated with suspend again. This is a little darker carpet. And we've got this room over here. So this room seems to be, I would guess, the most well used, perhaps. And you can see there is a wear pathway already beginning to show here. We got a ripple right here on the carpet. That's what that line is. But you can see there's pile distortion going on here already. And this carpet is 2 years old. But you know, the softer the carpet, the faster it wears. Okay, so let's give it a clean. I decided to use a white fiber pad. I normally use a hog's hair, but sometimes I will use the white one. I used the white one for many years. It was my only pad I used for years. And they work fine. They just don't have quite as much bite as the hog's hair, but on a softer carpet like this, I will sometimes opt for using the white fiber pad, because if you're ever concerned about, wondering if maybe the hog's hair fiber pad is a bit more aggressive than you would like, then you do have options. I've never actually seen any evidence that the hog's hair does cause any damage to the fiber. I was concerned about that when I first used it, well, a couple of years ago, I guess now. But I've never seen it happen, so I think it's unfounded, as long as you're making sure that you've got enough moisture present. I think that, a hog's hair is basically, it is an animal's hair, which is the primary, I guess you'd call it abrasive, or fiber or whatever. So anyway, I think they were without any issue, but in a case like this, I will often just to be cautious, I will choose the white fiber pad, and they work fine. They do. Again, they're not as aggressive. I'll use the white fiber pad on a wool carpet, by the way, without any hesitation. They work great on a wool. Now I have these 3 rooms, and then I've got a couch downstairs to clean, as well as 2 area rugs, so it's a pretty decent sized job. We'll go over all the high traffic areas with the fiber pad, and then we'll switch over. And I have a virtually new Iron Man I'll be putting on this carpet. This house has got to be worth, oh, it's got to be worth a minimum of $3 million. I have no idea, but yeah, this is a high-end area. This is a completely custom-built house. It's got, I think, 3 or 4 bay garage. The guy's into Mazda Miatas. He's got a right-hand drive Mazda Miata coupe, only made in Japan. Looks like a little race car. It's got the decals and everything on it, so I think he races it. Very nice looking car. They should have imported that one. But again, the Triextas, they're not a bad carpet. Certainly not as bad as the polyesters. They do tend to release stains pretty easily, so they have got that going for them. So, but again, they do wear faster than a nylon or an olefin, because it is still a soft fiber. It's just not as bad as the polyesters. Kind of head over this way, and then we'll switch over. I don't think there was any animal stains in this room. Little guy in the house, little poodle something or other. His name is Frodo. Very cute little guy. You see, I'm already picking up a little black stuff on there. This was perfectly clean. Looked like that. Okay, so we'll do the soil extraction step. Soil extraction transfer technology. This is the lifting and removing of the soil from the carpet fiber with the highly absorbent cotton, in this case, pad. This is an Iron Man. They work very, very well. Probably the most widely used pad for this method, with the rotary in particular. I use this pad and the green stripe brown. There's between the two of them, it's nice to have a couple of options. I don't think the microfibers work as well under the rotary. I did actually use a microfiber for a few years, 2-3 years. It was my main pad. I've got a huge pile of them still, but I kind of figured that they just didn't quite work as well. They're okay, but they're not quite as good as the Iron Man. That was my conclusion anyway. They work fine under the OP machines, but I think what happens is the yarn tends to kind of lay over when using a rotary, and you lose a lot of the ability to sort of be more aggressive on the fiber, whereas the loops of the cotton or even the rayon green stripe have a little bit more bite into the carpet, I think. But you know, any of these things work. This carpet's looking beautiful. This is actually a very large house. I bet it's 100 feet from one end to the other. Because I know my house, from exterior wall to exterior wall, I have my garage on one end. It's about 70 feet. And this house, I'm sure, is longer than mine. Especially when you count in the garage. Oh yeah. Easily. Okay, we'll head over here. So easily I can maneuver all around. I can't fit in there obviously, so I'd do that by hand with a doodle bug whenever I need to. Okay, now we'll go to the next room, and of course I'll be grooming this using the Hoover Hush Tone to finish it off. But we'll deal with that after I do the rest of the job. So it'll sit here for maybe an hour before I get back to it. Because I've got the 2 more rooms, 2 area rugs, and a couch to do. And then I'll come back and do the grooming. That's interesting. I actually didn't expect to see it that dirty. Let's park that over there for the moment. We've got I guess it's the pool in the backyard here, but I think it's one of those pools where it has, it's kind of like a swimming pool where they, I think it is anyway. I don't know if I can see it from here. They there's a stream back there too. Oh yeah, here's the pool. So I think that's one of those ones where you can turn on the current. You can swim against it, I think. I don't know. And then there's a stream back there, which is pretty neat. Nice little backyard, eh? Yeah. Nice area here. And of course I am shower feeding, which is what I always do, or virtually always anyway. Now there was the kind of a, looked like a pea maybe or something. It looks like somebody might have worked on it a little bit, maybe. Looks like a bit of pile distortion there. I did pre-treat that with suspend with a stabilized CO2 in it, and usually it'll take out a urine stain, just that alone. And of course the stabilized CO2 is usually going to take out the odor, so that's a benefit of it. Getting a little darker. I'm going to keep using this side. It's nowhere near fully saturated, so. You can see how easily I can maneuver with this machine. There's no effort. When you get the hang of a rotary, it's such a breeze to use. And that's one of the reasons why I prefer the rotary and for residential. I mean, there's lots of other reasons, but this is one of the advantages it has. It's just so easy to maneuver it. Very nimble. Actually did a job the other day, which was actually a commercial job, which was actually an office. I didn't video it, but it was these little, I had to go around about 3 or 4 or 5 desks and little kind of cubicle things and everything, and I was thinking as I was doing it, I was like, man, I considered the vibe for a second, and I thought, no, it's just not going to be conducive to really being efficient. The rotary just did a wonderful job. It's so easy to maneuver into. It was just so nimble. So that was why I used this machine. It wasn't a very big job. Ooh, guess I'm not going in there. But anyway, it came up wonderful. I used the green stripe pad. There was a few stains to take out, and they came out no problem. And I was done. I did the whole job in about an hour for $400. Lawyer, lawyer's office. All right, and we'll go on to the next room. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're definitely getting pretty dark there, so I'll be flipping it to do the next room. So this is the really, really white one. I'll try and center that a little bit better. That's better. I like it perfectly centered if I can't have it that way, because then the machine just runs so smooth. One of the nice things also about shower feeding is if I had a spray on the front of this machine, as some do, and I'm not saying that's not an option, that is a way to go for some, but if I did, I can apply, when I use the shower feed, I can apply whenever I want without really being concerned about where the spray is going. If I had a spray on the front of this machine and it's spraying out the front, I couldn't apply anything right now because it would hit the bed frame. I just applied some from the shower feeding right now. And again, going into here, if I sprayed right now, I'd hit that cabinet. And so that's one of the reasons I prefer shower feeding. That's one of the reasons. It's also pretty much foolproof as far as the mechanism. All you've got is a valve in the tank, and they last for a very, very long time. There's no switch to break, no pump to wear out. It's such a simple thing. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it this way right from the beginning 30 years ago. When I started, it's like, okay, I want something that's going to be simple, idiot-proof, as it were. It turns out that it isn't entirely idiot-proof, because you actually have to be really paying attention to how much you're applying, and it's easy to most people who do shower feeding the first time will overwet. That's always the tendency. But once you get the hang of it, you won't go back. And the secret is that, like, if I go back and I vacuum that room, the first room I did now, if I've done it right, I should be able to vacuum it right after finishing this room, and I would get virtually no moisture into the head of the, around the brush roll of the vacuum. Then I know I've got the right balance of moisture, ability to clean the carpet with the right amount of moisture and not overwetting it. That's kind of the way you kind of figure out, I guess you could say, whether or not you're using enough or not enough. But anyway, as I say, most people, when they first shower feed, will overwet the carpet. Then they say, oh, this doesn't work, it's soaking everything, and the usual. But I'm telling you guys, I've been at it now 30 years. This is just, it's so simple. It is easy once you get the hang of it. It becomes almost instinctual. You can see and you can feel what's happening on the carpet, and you're controlling it with such precision. That is so essential, and that's one of the reasons when I've done a few videos lately where I've been using my 300 RPM on a commercial job, and I've mentioned how I use considerably less solution when I do commercial work with my 300 RPM machine. It's really quite amazing how much less solution I'm using, even though I'm completely, I'm doing a wonderful job cleaning the carpet. So again, it's about the operator using the tools to their full potential and getting the results and doing it with finesse. I guess that's it. You're more. I find with the rotary, you're able to just be a lot more precise in what you're doing. The ability to control the moisture level is, I think, is definitely better and easier with the rotary and shower feeding. But, I've only been saying that for, well, all along. I guess it's the hill I'm going to die on. You can see where those peepees were or whatever. Maybe they must have worked on them because the pile is just distorted a little bit. It might straighten out when I run the vacuum over it. We'll see. Okay, let's have a look at this fiber pad. Yeah, we got a fair amount even onto this. So that's the two rooms, and you see the Triextas, again, like the polyesters, they do like to absorb oils, and you can see I've been very effectively removing the oils from those two rooms. So it'll be interesting to see how much we pick up here. This carpet doesn't really look very soiled, but neither did those other two rooms, and that's the thing. Seems to hide soil, but it's certainly releasing a lot of soil. Okay. It pretty much looks like the color is gone from that stain over there, but I can see pile distortion there. So all I put on there is the suspend and with the stabilized ClO2 in it. When I do the final grooming, if I can still see any yellowing there, then I'll put a little bit of proxy on there, and usually that'll just finish it off if it hasn't already faded away totally. There's a couple of marks over here. Looks like they're all gone. Let's work our way back, I guess. Actually, it's looking pretty darn good. All right, looking fantastic. All right, well, turn the machine around and take a look at that pad. So definitely not as soiled in this area as it was those other two rooms. I think there's a couple of teenagers live over there, and I think this is the guest room actually. So anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.